It's 5 minutes from now on. Asrar, are you ready?
Yes. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Razi, I would advise you, rather than using laptops and AI, you should use actual knowledge. I'll tell you why. Leave the laptop and AI and listen to me. You know the third meaning of mutawaffika is the ayah of bar rafa'ahu Allah ilay. Because the mutawaffika wa rafi'uka ilayya, in the other ayah, mutawaffika wa rafi'uka ilayya, is the third meaning. Because what it does, mutawaffika, you admitted, أخذ شيء وافرا كاملا, and then the additional detail comes in, رافعك إلي, that I am taking you completely, meaning Isa, oh Isa, I'm taking you completely, and not only taking you completely, رافعك إلي, I am raising you to myself. Then you said, you know, the bal, you didn't answer many things. I said to you, the bal comes for this, what, that they didn't touch Isa alayhi salam, but according to you, they did. It contradicts the Quran. Kafaftu, I restrained Bani Israel totally from touching you, from harming you. According to your belief, Isa alayhi salam is what? Then placed on a cross, beaten, and then bar rafa'ahu Allah ilayhi happens when he reaches 120 years old. He reaches the land of Kashmir, and he's 120 years old, and then Allah saves him by taking his soul. That contradicts the qat'u dalal of the Quran. That is the qat'u dalala proof that you are ignoring. Everything else you presented is red herrings, like Al Ibrahim, Mulkan Aziman. You said it's a plural. Yes, it is. The Prophet ﷺ and his Sahaba. Where did the Arabs, Al Ibrahim, ever have a Mulk Azim except in the time of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq and Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhum? Al Kitab wal Hikmah was given to them, and the Mulkan Aziman. And then you said, you threw another red herring. You said, do you believe Isa alayhi salam knew the Quran before the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? When I very clearly said in my turn that can never be. He learned the Quran and the Sunnah now. He's learnt it now in the heavens. And when he comes down in the end of times, he will rule by Al-Quran wa Sunnah. Then there were other red herrings like regarding Ali bin Abi Talha. Ibn Hajar also says regarding him, قَدْ يُخْطِئ, he makes mistakes. And this Fathul Bari quote that you presented is nothing. This is the deception. Even your dossiers that I printed out, you have so much deception in your dossiers because you highlight one part, you do not give the full quotation in your presentations. Whenever you're presenting things in the past debates, you are not giving complete quotes. Your followers are not knowing that you're misquoting. This is the misquote. This is your book. You've misquoted this. Why? Ibn Hajar is talking about a total different narration. He's not told, here, read it. This is why I challenged you. Look, he mentions, what is this discussion about? It's totally different to what we were discussing.
Read the sanad.
It's not about the sanad. No, you know what he says? Look, this is what Ibn Hajar says. This is why you're lying. Look, he says, ثم أخرج من طريق علي بن أبي طلحة عن ابن عباس بسند صحيح. What is he saying? Is he saying mutlaqan you accept Ali bin Abi Talha's narrations from Abdullah bin Abbas? Is it mutlaq? The answer is no. Because qad yukhti, he makes mistakes. You have to prove that he met the Rawi from Abdullah bin Abbas. It's specific case. He's referring to this narration, that this is a sanad sahih. And you missed out another thing also. He mentions another hadith before that backs this hadith. This is the deception, Razi, that you are doing to the Ahmadi Jamaat. That you are fooling them with these type of quotes. Most of them will not read these quotes, but you are deceiving them. The students of knowledge here will be able to back what I am saying, that you are not giving the full quotes. And even regarding Ali bin Abi Talha, he says, Suduqun qad yukhti. He also says in Taqrib al-Tahdhib, he never met Abdullah bin Abbas. You never presented that. It's case, and the point you mentioned regarding Ibn Hajar, in Nuzhatun Nadhr, and he mentions that mu'allaqat are accepted if Bukhari says them sighatul jazm. I know this. It's in Tadrib al-Rawi and other books. But in the case scenario of Ali bin Abi Talha that you mention, you are hiding facts that qad yukhti, he makes mistakes, he never met Sayyidina Abdullah bin Abbas. And even this quote that you cited from Fathul Bari, you will never, or you may read it because you may be willing to read it, but in this quote is nothing to do with the hadith that we are referring to. It's a total different hadith. He's saying bisanadin sahih to say yes, this one is established, that he establishes in taghliq al-ta'liq that Ali bin Abi Talha met Abdullah bin Abbas. There were many other...
Time.
Can I get the Ali ibn Abi Talha book back?
Yes.
Thank you. There you go. Please let me know when you're ready.
نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم وعلى عبده المسيح الموعود. Firstly, no one has AI. I have my notes out that I made. Okay, so I don't know. I think you're hallucinating a bit. Maybe focus on what I'm saying. Mutawafiq, I showed you from Imam Bukhari rahmullah. It means taking in for death. What is taking in death? The soul. So Imam Bukhari, when he did Siga Jazm, is it authentic according to him or no? If Imam Bukhari put Siga Jazm, it's authentic according to Imam Bukhari. I gave you the meaning of Halim. Did you dare contest it? No. Not only this, you lied against me, Asrar. People are watching the debate. Never did I say, here he's mentioning Mutawafika Mumituka. I told you he's mentioning the Sanad, then he says, Bi Sanadin Sahi, to show he accepts that Sanad. And here I have many books of Ibn Hajar as well, where he explains that after I found out about this Wasita, I knew this chain is Sanad. Here, read, the chain is sanad. He's not talking about solitary reports. And furthermore, in Fathul Bari, Asrar Rashid, he mentions the falamma tuwafaitani hadith and puts mutawafika mumituka there, and he doesn't attack it one bit. So you were mistaken on that. I never said that I'm quoting mutawafika mumituka. I was showing you he accepted this sanad. And Imam Suyuti rahmullah al-Itqan said this is the greatest sanad of Ibn Abbas. The greatest. The most authentic. Shah Waliullah Muhaddith Delvi Rahmullah said it's the best chain to Ibn Abbas. All the scans are in there. You can check them. Now, Mulkan Azima, the Kitab, Al-Kitab wal-Hikmah is given to Ali Ibrahim. It doesn't mention the Sahaba there. And it's Mazi, my brother. Ataynahum, we already gave it to them. It's Mazi for Ali Ibrahim. Don't do tahrif of the Quran to keep Hazrat Isa alive. Don't misquote the Quran, brother. This isn't what we expect from you. Not only this, you called me a liar, this, that. You're attributing things to me I've never said. In my entire life, I never said Ibn Abi Talha met Ibn Abbas. I've never said that. I told you he took it from authentic narratives. Ibn Hajar says it's the most authentic chain. Imam Suyuti says it's the most authentic. And Shah Waliullah says it's the most authentic. My muqaddamah for you was clear, tawafi. I showed you Nabi Sallallahu believed it means death. You didn't dare address it after I corrected you on your mistake about Kama. I corrected you about Lam Tawqid. You didn't address that. You were wrong there as well. Many other misquotes. You lied against Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, that he says it was monetarily death. Challenge, bring me Zaif Sanad. Zaif, Maudu, you can't bring it. So that was also a misquote on your side. Now I asked the brothers to focus. There are many more ayat of the Quran which prove Isa alayhi died. I just gave 3 so far. For example, وَالسَّلَامُ عَلَيَّ يَوْمَ وُلِدْتُ وَيَوْمَ أَمُوتُ وَيَوْمَ أُبْعَثُ حَيًّا. In Surah Maryam, Hazrat Isa alayhi mentions his time when he had salama, birth, the day he dies, and when he's ubathu hayya. The same life cycles for Hazrat Yahya alayhi wa salamun alayhi yawma wulida wa yawma yamutu wa yawma yubathu hayya. Born, death, and then raised on Qiyamah. If you believe Hazrat Isa was bodily raised to the skies, that would have been the day there was the most salam on him. No mention in the Quran anywhere. Then also I mentioned clearly from the Quran, قَدْ خَلَتْ مِنْ قَبْلِهِ الرُّسُلِ. You asked me, is it istighraq? When I corrected you, the whole debate, you didn't dare go back there. Why? When I proved it's istighraq, your last turn is your conclusion. The debate's done. You were too slow. Right? So the Quran, I give you Qat'iyyu Dalala that the shirk began after Tawaffi of Isa. Tawaffi in Arabic, Akhdu Shay Wafin Kamlan. If I say Tawaffaytu minka mali, I took all my money from you. When Allah is the fa'il, maf'ul bihi is you and me. Tuwufya fulanun, a mention, I won't mention the book names. Quran is clear. Allahu yatawaffal anfusa hina mawtiha wallati lam tamut fi manamiha. All the ayat you could, I refuted. Yukallimun nasa. Who are these nas? Those who are attacking Maryam alayhi salam and Isa alayhi salam. He had to defend his mother in their life, except all of them went alive to this case. La yu'minanna bihi qabla mawtihi. You mentioned a qira, qabla mawtihim, Ubay bin Ka'b is a qira shaz as well. I'm not mentioning the book. Your dalil was not qati, because Quran says kuffar will remain till Qiyamah. You're saying they will accept Islam, all of them. Right?
So, is not part of the dalail.
I know it's not. So what I'm saying is the Quran is clear, kuffar will remain till Qiyamah. I gave you 2 ayat, you didn't touch them. Okay, so your tafsir of la yu'minanna bihi qabla mawti is against the Quran. Innahu la ilmun lisa. All of these ayat have to be fulfilled in ma dumtu fihim. There's only 2 time periods. This was my main dalil asrar. You didn't touch it, my brother. You should have tried. This is a dialogue, but you pre-prepared rebuttals. All you were quoting amwatun ghayru ahyan. It's not even in my whole document. I didn't bring that ayah. You were quoting ayat I wasn't even going to bring today. This is not a debate. This is a monologue then. I wanted a debate where you address my points, and inshallah in the Q&A, we will see what you say about Ali ibn Abi Talha.
Time. Jazakumullah. So now we've completed all of the rounds except from the 10-minute closing, and make sure there are no new arguments, please, and no
So what are we doing now?
interruptions.
The closing statement?
Closing statement, yes. Summary of whatever's mentioned.
Just give me 1 second. Okay. So I can't address him, he can't address me, right? Just what we mentioned in the debate already. No new dalil.
No new proof.
No new
Yeah.
dalail.
Okay.
That's what Swing states. Are you ready, Asrar?
Is it 10 minutes, yeah?
10 minutes, yes. Start.
Yes. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Just to conclude this, why I mentioned amwatun ghayru ahya is to remove any citation of am verses. So you went to khas verse, the specific verse. And then you mentioned now in your conclusion with regard to lamul jins and lamul istighraq. And you said that why did I not mention that? Lamul istighraq, why I did not mention that and counter that is because when you said it is lamul istighraq, I had already won that point. Because anyone who knows what lamul istighraq is, I do not know if in your madrasa you study Sharh Mullah Jami, it means all, you cannot make any exception. So by you accepting that, you exceeded my point. When recordings of this debate will come out, people will make that point. Lamul istighraq, you cannot make exceptions. Once you make exceptions, whether it's after the time of the Prophet ﷺ or before, then it's not lamul istighraq, it becomes lamul jins. So I've taken that point. Secondly, my main dalil, I'm the mudda'i, I'm the claimant. I presented the dalil. You're not presenting dalil, you're presenting naqd. As you know in المناظرة, you know the famous book, المناظرة الرشيدية. Yes, I introduced it to the West. This proves, bal ibtaliya, that it proves, when I said bal rafa'u Allah ilay, you didn't answer my point. It happened 120 years later. Grammatically, that makes no sense. It's khilafun nahaw. It goes against grammar. It goes against ilm al-balagha. You're going against the very foundations of grammar. And this is the hallmark of the Jamaat, that they do tahrif of the Quran against the entire ummah. The Shia are with us, the Salafis are with us, the Ahlul Hadith are with us, the Deobandis are with us. Every group is with us because that we follow the grammar. Even Zamakhshari, the Mu'tazili, even he is with us. All of them are with us, they're not with you. This was a new tafsir that you brought along. So the main dalil was mutawaffika wa rafi'uka. This mutawaffika wa rafi'uka goes with me. I mentioned it's a third type of mutawaffi. Like bal rafa'u Allah ilay, this is a khas type of raf. That was a khas type of tawaffi. I said to you in the entire Quran, rafi'uka ilayya and bal rafa'u Allah ilay. This is only found for Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam. This is takhsis done for him. And then also additional to that, when I mentioned wa in min ahli al-kitabi, this in, what type of in is it? It's nafiya. It comes for umum. That all the ahlul kitab will believe in Jesus, the Jews especially. They have not believed in him till today, but they will believe in him prior to his death. qabla mawtihi. You said qira'a shadha qabla mawtihim. Do you know what that means then? And you know Ibn Hajar mentions this in Fathul Bari, that qabla mawtihim would mean what then? That prior to their death, at their deathbed. Do you believe this? I'm sure the Jamaat doesn't believe that at the time of death, every Jew believes in Isa alayhi salam. In fact, they deny him until their dying days. So this sign, this particular sign, has not. No, it's not a new argument. I mentioned wa in min ahli al-kitabi.
Did you mention this point in the debate? I missed it. Then
I mentioned that ayah as a qabla mawti.
Did you give this tafsir?
It doesn't matter about the tafsir.
Okay,
It's a response to everyone. Can have another minute to that after as well.
I've stopped your time.
Yeah.
As soon as in.
Okay. So, and again, you repeated yourself with regard to raf. Every raf that you're mentioning is with the dalala. It's with the qarina. Even the yatawaffa that you mentioned, it's with the qarina of death. And the qarina in the متوفيك ورافعك إلي, the qarina is the context of the ayah itself. That, and you admitted it's أخذ شيء وافرا, that is what is applying to Sayyiduna Isa alayhi salatu wasalam. Then you go back to أقول كما قال العبد الصالح. You did not finish the entire ayatul Quran. Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anh believed at the time, because he was overwhelmed with love, he thought that it's perhaps impossible that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away. So Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq reminds him, Afa immata aw qutila. And you're saying that's a dalala to say khalat here means death in the previous. It doesn't. Why doesn't it? Because I already answered you by saying it's not lamul istighraq, it's lamul jins. Because according to you then Mirza Sahib should also be a part of Rasul here, which again I'm not allowed to quote other books. But nevertheless, then Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani rahimahullah, why didn't he comment on the statement of Abdullah bin Abbas that mumituka, that mutawaffika means mumituka? Because Ibn Hajar knew Ibn Abbas's full position. People who read Fathul Bari know that Ibn Hajar held the view of Raf' of Isa alayhi salam, the Hayat of Isa alayhi salam. You think Ibn Hajar Asqalani didn't know that Abdullah bin Abbas holds a view that goes against me? So he held the same view, and that's why he doesn't give a commentary to that at that particular point. You also miss the fact that Ibn Hajar says about Ali bin Abi Talha قد يخطئ, and in that quote you're saying, I am saying that you are deceiving, because that narration is a total different narration. It's the same chain. Listen, it's the same chain,
yeah.
And Ibn Hajar is authenticating that particular chain. He's not authenticating the chain that for the Athar of Abdullah bin Abbas. That's not the case. This is what they're doing throughout the books, because it counts as a shahid. You know, it counts as a shahid because the narration that he's mentioning, that's a shahid for it. And this is a common trait of yours. I've been watching your printouts, that the way you recorded without permission, in the same way you're deceiving people by printing out printouts and placing yellow lines on just a sentence, taking it totally out of context. Then you mentioned with regard to وَإِنَّهُ لَعِلْمٌ لِلسَّاعَةِ, that I already covered. وَيُعَلِّمُ الْكِتَابُ وَالْحِكْمَةِ, I covered again by saying Al Ibrahim. I covered that, I answered that, how the Al Ibrahim is Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Khulafa Rashidin. We're going around in circles. لن يستنكف, you didn't answer.
I did.
لن يستنكف مستقبل يستنكف, when will this happen? Not on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Your main dalil that you mentioned with regard to Surah Al-Ma'idah, you say that Paul misguided only a small amount of people. What you think Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam went all the way to Kashmir, stayed there for well over 70-80 years, while Paul is going around and challenging James, the disciple of Isa alayhi salam. The Christians claim he's the brother of Isa alayhi salam, and he deviates all the Bani Israel. Paul and Isa alayhi salam stays peacefully in the snowy mountains of Kashmir. That doesn't make any sense. It goes against the Quran. As for what you mentioned, وَيُكَلِّمُ النَّاسَ فِي الْمَهْدِ وَكَهْلًا, and it's hilm. Hilm just means forbearance. Hilm means forbearance. So what if he said kahla is forbearance? I'm saying to you that if Isa alayhi salam talked, he would defend his mother, because the Jews carried on saying slanderous things about Maryam alayhi salam, even to the point that they carried on past the year 100. When according to you Isa alayhi salam was alive in Kashmir, he would have defended his mother then as well. But according to your reasoning, he didn't. Then you also missed out the point with regard to kafaftu Bani Israel. Why are you not taking this as dalala qat'iyya? Kafaftu Bani Israel contradicts your entire belief. We believe Isa alayhi salam was not harmed in the least in that way, because crucifixion entails disgrace. Yes, Anbiya alayhi salam were killed. That is true. We're not denying that. But the Romans, when they would disgrace the person who is crucified by taking his pants down and displaying that to the entire world, we believe this will never happen to a Nabi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is disgraced in such a way. So kafaftu Bani Israel means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you didn't answer it. And you said, I said to you, makaru wa makarullah, you said, it doesn't mean completely. I said to you, no, I'm not verbatim. I'm saying the mafhum of what you were saying is that they could have harmed him somehow, but I'm saying it contradicts grammar, because wa makarullah is what in like nakira, revise your mullah jami, and wa makaru wa makarullah, nakira, i'ada. What happens? It negates it completely. that contradicts your entire belief system. It brings down all the foundations that you've brought up. So I will remind you that mutawaffika wa rafi'uka come together. They come together, they are atf. Ma'tuf and ma'tuf alayh. Ma'tuf and ma'tuf alayh do not have tartib. True, they do not have tartib. It doesn't mean it has to be in tartib. It can be taqdeem and ta'khir. True or false? Yes, they do not need to be. One does tafsir of the other. And that is the dalil qat'i. That is the dalil qat'i. Mutawaffika wa rafi'uka ilayya. That what happens, one tells us that Isa alayhi salam was taken completely body and soul, and rafi'uka ilayya tells us that he was raised. Otherwise, remember, and one more point, you did not counter my point about al-haqiqa wal-majaz. I've said to you, never, the Jamaat can never give their rules for al-haqiqa wal-majaz. I said to you, al-aslu fil kalami haqiqa. You didn't counter that. I said to you, la isti'arata fil a'lam. This is why I mentioned Damashq. La isti'arata fil a'lam. You go after haqiqi, meaning you go onto interpretation based upon your own teachings. It's not based upon anything from what is known from the language of the Arabs. Instead, you selectively, like you did with the ayat al-Quran, you selected. Each one has a qarina, like rafa'a. All the ayat you read about rafa'a, they all have a qarina to another meaning. All the ayat you read on yatawaffa, they all have a qarina to the meaning of death or the meaning of sleep. I gave you a third meaning which you asked for. I provided that, and that of course includes the entire debate. None of these points I believe you can counter.